Welcome to the Rider-Waite Tarot channel. My name is Dewey and I'm gonna do a reading for June 2020. It has been a while since I've been making a video. I've been quite steady on Instagram, posting a daily reading, and today it feels it feels like June. It needs video. June needs a video. I was going through some of my own stuff, my own journey, healing process, in which I didn't feel space to make videos. But I feel like it's time to try this again. So here we go. I will do just see how it will evolve. I've got a couple of new decks that I'm really excited about to play with, and I'll start with the Oracle card of the Secret Language of Light, just as a general theme for June. Oh yeah, and what I would like to do at the end of the reading is do a separate message for all the zodiac signs by element. So I'll be pulling a card for fire. Wow. I really want to speak, but I'm not ready yet, so I'm just putting them back while I shuffle. Sorry, so I will pull a message for earth, fire, water, air, or whatever order it will come. Wearing earrings, that's on me. Okay. Okay, what I've been feeling is June is going to be a little bit lighter. May was a little bit sticky and getting out of like the heaviness of the initial shock of what is happening in the world. And June somehow seems lighter, although there are like big things happening in the world, like spaceships, uprisings. Like the world is really going into, like, the community, there's been talk about a split, and I think, yeah, in my opinion, it's definitely something you see again in these two manifestations. Okay, this one. This is so cool. I could have painted my nails better. This is what happens if you start to do this spontaneously, just as is. Anyway, color 40, and I really like this card as a general energy, because I've been having this image of a kaleidoscope, and for me it really reminds me of how important it is that everybody is true to their authentic selves. And if you would give everybody a color, it would look like something like this, you know, like everybody is shining in their own unique color, and that is what makes this beautiful, colorful tapestry of life, right? Also 40 or 4, the Emperor energy I feel here, which has been coming up as we are creating a new reality together. And how that reality is going to look like really depends on where you focus your attention, and this is also where the split may appear. Anyway, let's go into the cards. I think I like to start with the Rider-Waite and pull 4 cards for as a timeline for June, beginning to in the middle, and one for the end. Just gonna pull them. This is too many. Just putting them back. Oh, by the way, was that the Emperor? The Emperor is here though. Whoa, sorry, I just had coffee, so I'm a little bit all over the place. Okay, energy for June, which is, by the way, starting tomorrow. Doesn't really matter when you're watching this video. What is the energy for June? What is energy for June. This one. The energy for June. Energy for June. It's funny, if only 2 cards would like to come out instead of 4. Oh, this one. One more, please. The closing energy of June. Closing, okay. This one. And really June is just like a way to organize it. We're halfway the year. I feel like that is an important energy. Something about, yeah, it's, can you believe it? Like we're already halfway the year. And also it's like astrologically, I don't know so much about it, but I know there are a lot of eclipses happening. There are a lot of planets in retrograde. And 5th of June is Sagittarius and full moon. I'm Sagittarius, so pay a little bit more attention to that. And it's partly an eclipse as well. So I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel this huge movement going on where it may have been a little bit sticky. Things start to move forward. And that was just the door closing. I don't know if that's the universe just telling me to shut up. No. Okay, the first card, Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, Strength in reverse, and Knight of Swords in reverse. So in the interesting. So for the beginning of June, there's the Knight of Pentacles energy, and this is like really like slow commitment card, and there seems to be also beginner's mind, or you may get like a message, but there seems to be something that is still blocking it from coming in, perhaps, or just for you to be able to receive it. Like maybe there is a message. Okay, sorry. There is a message coming in, and somehow you can see it. And then in the second week, with 6 of Wands, there is some sort of victory. Something, perhaps it is just like the time he received this message. Lots of horses. Also in the last week with a knight. So it is like, oh, it's a knight. So it's movement that is not happening, not a message. And perhaps here the movement is happening. And maybe it's also something like, since maybe it is also a feeling that you need to do something, and then it turns out you don't need to do something. And it's visible for other people too. Like it's some sort of like realization perhaps. Then towards the end of the month, there is a Strength in reverse, number 8, Major Arcana. And here is maybe where like old fears, doubts, really like your old wounding may come up again, and like old attachments may start to play out. And I think it may be a test. I think like there's a lot of like deep diving healing going on, so I'm not really surprised to see this. We are moving towards like an energy and society to more be like friends with your inner demons or your inner lion or your wild child, like be in companionship with them instead of being out of balance, or let them rule your world, or be like an adult but still behaving like a child having a tantrum. And then for the last bit of June, the Knight of Swords is coming in. Great speed. So where things are still moving slowly in the beginning of the month, it's like June is like speeding up. And it has to do probably with getting this into balance. Once this is sorted out, things just start to move fast. Let's see what this is about. Oh, and also like the sword energy, the air is definitely more clarity, and also maybe like cut out all the bullshit that has still been dealt with just right before it, right? And this in the beginning part of the June still, like this is fire. This has to do with passion, maybe what you need to be focusing on, like your path. So maybe it's a little bit like coming out of a closet kind of energy, spiritually speaking, perhaps, or about awakening, or maybe, showing what you've been working on, and maybe you've been afraid to share that with others. That has been blocking you from receiving this, really, like what the universe wants to offer you, but then just like bringing it out in the open, it just kind of comes in, and it seems to go like in two waves in June, like where there's a little bit like stagnation, and then suddenly it moves fast, and then there's a little bit of stagnation, and then things move fast forward again. And I'm going to get some oracle cards. Gotta see what is happening. What is this? Oh yeah, and like the color, like it's really like it's this, like showing your true color. And you're not the only one doing it. It's like that's making up for this beautiful image of like all these different colors, right? It's like the richness of life. And also the heart in the middle of the card is like there's a lot of hard work that needs to be done. And with hard work I mean like all the emotional shit, you know, like the feelings you've been tiptoeing around, been like boxing up, but they need to come out now and get the attention that they actually deserve. And like by giving them the attention that they deserve, they'll dissolve instead of like being there and gripping hold of our bodies and being held with tension in our bodies. So this is the Sacred Rebel card. This is the new deck, Galactic Heritage cards, which I am in love with. I saw them in a reading of Jessa Reed, who I love and who has an amazing podcast. I love listening to the Soberish Pod. Wow, there's so many cards. I feel like this is enough. There are already 5 cards down. Just one more run. I feel like it's enough. Okay, I think this is it. Maybe this one. So we have 6 cards. Yeah, and I'll clarify those with another tarot, because we have plenty of cards here on the deck. The perfection of your life. So this is a lot of green energy, if you can see, and nature. What is perfection in your life? So at one hand, there's the perfection that we grow up with, like the ideas, the projections that we have. This is how the world should be looking like, and that's what we're striving for. And also the idea, like, as long as the world doesn't look like how I imagine it to be, so I don't know, like for example, I need to study and I need to be successful and making lots of money and buying a big house and big car, which is a little bit old-fashioned, I know. But if that's your idea of success, which you see like in, or a big horse, in 6 of Wands, so that's one level of like succeeding, and the other one is just finding success in the perfection of who you are in your core, like your true self. Once you recognize that true core, you also recognize that in the people around you, your loved ones, and also the people not around you, and then actually every living being. So it's really like loving yourself like perfect as is, like these nails as is, and recognizing that also in the others. I don't know if I make any sense right now, but it's like, yeah, just gonna try to say it one more time, a little bit more clear. By recognizing and by accepting that everything and everybody is already perfect as they are, like stripped off all the projections and dreams that we have about what life is supposed to look like. When you strip that down and everybody is revealed in their true, authentic colors of who we truly are, that is the perfection of your life. That is the perfection of life in general. Okay, let's have a look at... I need to switch off my phone, like the Wi-Fi, because I get all these messages coming in, which are distracting me. Okay, let me have a look. Oh, this one has been coming up a lot lately. Integrity. Assistance without interference. Interesting. I'm just having a look. Sorry, I'm just making... Fluidity. Andromeda. Parallel. And there is pioneering spirit. Pastime energy. Somehow I have troubles with these numbers. Very hard to... Dream time and awakening. So this definitely speaks about those projections about what success looks like. Assistance without interference. This is about accepting everybody as they are and recognizing the perfection in as is. And also that means, like, for the people around us, especially the ones that we love, we sometimes might have the tendency to interfere because we believe we know better. But it really is not our responsibility to fix somebody else's trouble unless somebody asks you for help and you are willing to offer that help. But don't force your help on anybody, not even with the best intentions. It's taking away your power, their power, and it's draining your energy because they probably will not appreciate it in the way that you hope, because they didn't ask for it. And then there is enlightenment and integrity. So we're starting, so it feels like these are three sets, starting with fluidity and pioneering spirit, parallel and past. So it's really asking us to be more mutable and to let go of to let go of outcomes, like how we expect something to look like. Be more flexible in the way that things actually might come in for us, because being attached to the projection of how success looks like, for example, keeps us from recognizing when it actually comes. And you might be on some trajectory to start something new, and I feel like that has something to do also with that 4, the Emperor energy that is here. You are stepping into your own colors and following your heart's desire, your heart's passion is maybe you, by doing that, maybe you start to start something, start a project or a collaboration, or start to create art or a community or something that you probably know because it's in your heart. This is like once you let go of that attachment of how success looks like, you'll be able to access this, to feel this, to recognize this. And this is building, like once you start to do this, this is building towards the new new, the new world. 11 is of course also associated with twin flame things or activation numbers. And then the second set is the dream time awakening and assistance without interfering. So really stop projecting your ideas of how the world should look like, of what you think is success or how other people should live like by, because for you that's your truth. Let that go and stop interfering in other people's life. Don't offer help when it's not. Ask for it. And the need to help, to offer that help, may come from a childhood wounding in which you may have believed that you do not deserve to be that you're not worthy if you don't prove yourself by helping other people. And then you really start to cut that polarity of dream time and awakening. That is the enlightenment. There's really no difference between those two. So realizing that you don't have to interfere with other people, because everybody is living in their own dream or awakened state, and that's what everybody's freedom is. Respect the freedom for the other people around you to choose their own projection or video or movie or script or whatever name you like to give to that. And once you are in that enlightenment, when you see that, like when you can let go of those fixed ideas and stop projecting them onto others and stop projecting them on yourself, then there is integrity in your life. And this is where you align your thoughts, emotions with your actions. So it all becomes a integrating part. And then also like this assistance without interference is that strength card. Like that may be that core wounding that is just kind of like growling to like just jump at people and wanting to help them because you see what's going wrong, or you believe that you know better how you can help them. But that's not your purpose. It is your purpose to go within, feel your heart, being like connect with that pioneering spirit. And once you open up to that, things will move very fast forward, and you'll be holding that sword of clarity. And there is a little warning in there, I think, too. Is this card is a little bit damaged. Don't be too hasty. Don't be too hasty in that. Like things start to move fast, doesn't mean you have to go with that flow. Also, don't stop it. I mean, always go with the flow, but don't think that because, like for example, if you have different offers just like being offered towards you very quickly, that you have to act fast as well. Just like take your time to look at each offer individually and just see like and really tap into what makes your heart sing. Okay, I want to, how much time? 23 minutes. Oh, it's not bad. I want to clarify these. I'm gonna just see. I think I want to clarify these three sets. So fluidity, pioneering spirit first, using the gilded tarot for this. Clarify fluidity, pioneering spirit. And it's so funny because the Knight of Pentacles comes out again and again reversed. So it is just confirming this message. And then I'd like to do this set clarification, Dreamtime Awakening Assistance Without Interference. Any more about a Dreamtime and awakening, assistance without interference. Yeah, this is really like, this is where like the knot is. This is where the ugly shit is that needs to be seen and really be worked with on. Just to be seen, really. Yeah, this one. Wow, Ace of Cups coming in. So really, like, that's that enlightenment energy already, but really like that the cup of self-worth and feeling loved and knowing that you are enough and complete is bringing this cup, Ace of Cups. Like, the universe wants this for you. And like, just like here, like opening up to the world where you are at and sharing that is a step in reaching this. And don't plateau here. Like, don't get stuck here because you don't dare to move forward because you don't want to face this. So really, like, if you're not leaking energy anymore because you're trying to help other people, this is what's happening, right? And like, if you don't need to, like, if you let go of like the projection of the world that we need to work hard in order to be happy, boom, like happiness is right there available to you. Like, you cannot deny it anymore. Just like laser focus on this cup, like it's undeniably there, like awakening, right? Like enlightenment. So it's already going to the next set, and let's get one more clarification card for that. Enlightenment and integrity. Enlightenment and integrity. So it's also like conflicted card is here. Like, there's something that's inauthentic in those projections, and moving through that, like those illusions, is bringing you in a state of integrity, which is this. Okay, let's have a look. Oh my God, 10 of Pentacles is clarifying the enlightenment integrity, which makes completely sense. And it's also, integrity starts to mean something else here now too. It really like starts to mean like the integrating the knowledge. So maybe past year or last, like, you've been working really hard on yourself, maybe reading a lot and going through therapy, or doing readings yourself, or receiving readings, and you've been working really hard. So that's also like this result, right? Like, without that, you couldn't show that to the rest of the world. Like, for me, like, this means like starting this tarot channel on Instagram and YouTube. But I'm definitely still working on this shit. And then 10 of Pentacles is really the fruit of your labor, and fulfillment is really like abundance in this realm, or whatever realm of consciousness you are at. But it's very real, it's very lived, like it's embodied. It's not just talking it and dreaming about it, right? It's walking it too, because you embody that enlightenment, integrity, that wisdom. Wow, this looks like, I don't know, this definitely like it feels like a dynamic month. Lots of happening, but it looks very auspicious, like beautiful energy. Now I want to wrap it up, and I'm gonna use one more tarot card and tarot deck, and this is the Wild Unknown. Wow, that's too fast. So I want to pull one card for each element, and accompanying and the zodiac signs that are represented in that element. I don't know how you say that. So I like this. And maybe it's like a little bit like a message or just something like in regards to what needs extra attention in this month in order to make this transition from something that you don't see coming in something that becomes undeniable and integrated in your life. And what is that hurdle for each of the elements? So I start with fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What is the last message? What is the message, like advice, what needs to be seen in the month of June? And it's the 5 of Cups, and it's another horsey. I don't know where I get this energy from. I don't know, maybe I'm channeling one of you. Maybe it's just coffee. 5 of Cups is reversed, so it's like this is where in the Rider-Waite, I think 3 cups are spilled, and the person is looking at the loss of those cups and not seeing the other 2 remaining cups that are still right up. And so don't let your, I think you stop, like the fact that this card is reversed is that you stop looking down, and that is also like that mentality of like, I'm not good enough, I am not worthy, and that is putting the blinders on in a certain way, so you cannot see what is still available to you. And this card is like showing you like light up, look up, just lift your gaze, because something is coming in for you. So just look up. Don't, how do you say that, like in Dutch you would say niet bij de pakken neer gaan zitten. Jeez, I'm really bad in sayings. So it means something like, just because you lost something doesn't mean you have lost everything forever, you know? It's just like, or doesn't mean everything is lost, just something is lost. Just look up whatever is still available or still wanting to come in. And sometimes you need to let go of things and lose something before something else can come in, right? Okay, let's look at a message for our earth elements, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What needs to be paid extra attention to for the earth elements in regards to the spread for the month of June? And what does it pay for the earth elements for the month of June? And again, Mother of Pentacles, a Queen is reversed, a Queen of, I'm just checking if they are all reversed. No, Queen of Pentacles. So this is really like, and it comes in reversed. So maybe the Queen of Pentacles, when she is upright, is very like somebody you like to have around you. It's somebody who's very grounded, connected to nature, and really knows stands in her own truth, like self-worth. Like she knows what color, like she knows she's perfect, she knows what color she is, and she doesn't to pretend to be another color. And funny that like this earthy Pentacles, earthy energy comes up for Earth too. So there may be like, I don't know, the fact that she is up like reversed, so maybe that there is some self-doubt. So maybe that is also that like that is like this is that stubbornness, like you are actually already like, you are perfect as you are, but somehow you do not see that. You don't recognize that. There's some self-doubt, although this is who you are in your core. Okay, let's see. Water, Cancer, water element, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. In case you think like what I'm doing there is looking at a note, because I can connect to the elements, like I can feel that, but I have a hard time to connect the zodiac signs to, and also because I'm just a little bit nervous that I forget, so I write it down. I'm just like to look at it. Okay. So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What needs to be seen? What needs extra attention for the month of June in regards to this spread? And it's 6 of Wands, and it is reversed. Fire energy for water, and water energy for fire. That's funny, isn't it? So maybe there's some sort of dynamic going on in your relationship, like maybe for fire signs, maybe there's like an influence of somebody with lots of water influence in you, or like maybe somebody who's overly emotional. I don't know the saying. And 6 of Wands, maybe there's somebody who's overly fiery in your environment, that maybe like biting you, or just like being so bright, it's like kind of just like steaming you up. I suddenly see this, like, I don't know if, like, do you see this too? Like this bird, like this whew, just flying out of that heart, like that's just like that combined, like it's just everything that I like. That's that speed of the night, it's the heart, the emotions, it's the integration of self-worth or of the self. Wow, I start to love this card more and more. Sorry. So 6 of Wands. I'm confused because I get this 6 of Swords energy. I feel it. And now I'm trying to think what a 6 of Wands is in the tarot. I have a blackout. I don't know. If I'm just looking at this card, it's like butterflies are definitely like for spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and wands can also be like responsibility, and it feels like maybe like for the water signs, like the feeling responsible maybe for others, maybe by following your heart you may be afraid that you leave other people behind and that you may hurt other people, and this is blocking you, this fear, like it's actually blocking, like putting shadow on this butterfly that just kind of want to fly, like, and be light and awake. So like for the water signs, I think like the emotional responsibility that you may be feeling for the happiness of others, really, like you are not responsible for the happiness of others, and others are not responsible for yours. You are responsible for your happiness. Fill your own cup. And I still don't know what the Six of Wands is, but I'm just trusting it right now that this is the message. I'm not supposed to link it to the Six of Wands. Oh, that is so funny, because this is the Six of Wands and it's just like right here on the table, and this definitely feels also like this, like I just don't, like, not seeing what's coming in, and it just like right in front of my nose. So that is this victory. Yeah, so water signs, so for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, the responsibility that you feel that that is hindering your path of getting this victory. And if you cannot get to this victory, you cannot truly work on your inner core wounding, what needs to be shed light on. in order to really step into that, like knowing, embodying, like you're complete and perfect as you are. Wow, that was a trip. That was a ride. Okay. Last message for air signs: Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Message. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Wow, like with already Ace of, wait, what is it? 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. That is this shit coming in for you, right? Like, oh, that is, and I feel like this is for all signs, but maybe specifically for the air signs. Just like that Ace of Pentacles. Like it's like the grounding of like all that air energy, like that mental energy that you may, like it may suddenly just like, instead of just existing here, it becomes grounded and like it lands into like this, like 10 of Pentacles, right? And it's like once like that mental energy that is like of those projections of how success must look like, or how the happiness of other people should look like, or the responsibility, like the illusion of the responsibility that we carry, and that's like societal, that we carry within us, that other people are responsible for our happiness, or and that we are responsible for the happiness of others. I think this is a very good month for air signs. Also upright, and it also makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune and time traveling. Just like this, like looking at this tree, like these different year lines, or I don't know if it's a year line, but like, you know, like every time like the tree is, oh, I think it is in a year actually. I think you can actually count the rings, and then you know how old the tree is. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of completion, and maybe also like the wheel turning for you. Okay guys, I hope this was helpful. I'll try to put timestamps in there for the last messages for the elements of the zodiac signs, and I wish you a great June. I'd be very happy to hear if you like this kind of reading, if it was helpful. And I forgot to say at the beginning, just take what resonates. It's a collective reading, trying to get it a little bit more tuned into, like by separating it into different elements. Okay, I wish you a beautiful month of June. I really feel like this is the time to just enjoy the space that we get a little bit more in the real world, and be yourself. Recognize yourself, that you're perfect as you are, and shine that unique color out into the world, because that is what makes this world so amazing.